KONDOSAN.
Once upon a time, there lived a king in a faraway land. The king's youngest daughter was very beautiful. Her father loved her very much. On her birthday, he gave her a golden ball as a present.
Thank you very much, Father. I love it. This is strange, though. Last night I dreamed that a very handsome prince gave me the same ball as a present.
The king lovingly caressed his daughter's hair.
Hopefully one day you will get married, my beautiful girl. Who knows? Maybe you will marry the prince in your dream.
The princess took the golden ball and went out to the palace garden to play. She was throwing the ball in the air, but she couldn't catch it, and the ball rolled down into a tall, grassy area near a pond. The princess could not find the ball and started crying.
How careless of me! How could I have lost it? What am I going to tell Father?
Suddenly, she heard a sound.
Rabbit, rabbit, please don't cry. I can't stand it when girls cry. Come here.
What's that? Where's the sound coming from?
A green frog appeared before her. The princess looked at it in amazement. She had never seen a talking frog.
A talking frog? But how?
I'm a very special frog. If you allow me, I would like to help you, my dear princess. I can go into the pond and get your golden ball.
Oh, thank you. My father will surely give you whatever you want in return. Please bring it back to me.
No, I don't want anything from the king. What I want is for us to be friends. Only when you agree to this, I will bring you the ball.
How is that possible? You and me, how can we be friends?
Well, we will eat together, sleep together, stroll in the garden together, play with your golden ball. Oh, and you will also sing for me. I have heard you, and you have a wonderful voice.
The helpless princess had no choice but to accept his offer.
Okay, whatever you want, as long as you bring me my golden ball. If I can only fool him somehow. A little frog can make me do something I don't want to.
The frog jumped into the water, got the golden ball, and threw it to the princess. The princess caught it, turned around, and started running towards the palace. She didn't want to wait for the frog. The frog stood there, staring as the princess ran. The next day, while the princess was having breakfast with her father, the frog came in hopping from one of the open doors and jumped onto the table.
Good morning, Your Majesty. Good morning, my princess. I hope you're going to keep your promise, beautiful princess. I've come to have breakfast with you.
This frog is talking. What's going on, dear? What promise is this frog talking about?
Yes, Father, he's a talking frog. I was also shocked when I saw him by the pond yesterday. The golden ball you had gifted me fell into the pond. This frog got it out for me.
Indeed, Your Majesty. In return, the princess promised to be my friend. That is why I'm here. Please forgive me.
Then you should keep your word, my dear.
Ugh, disgusting. I feel sick.
The princess felt hopeless as she didn't want to disobey her father. That evening, the frog jumped on the pillow next to her, and they slept together. Of course, the princess couldn't sleep at all. She was trapped in a corner until morning because she didn't want to be near the frog. Days passed. The frog followed the princess wherever she went. The little frog also knew a lot of fairy tales. At night, he would tell tales to the princess. And during the day, while strolling in the garden, he would put the flowers he collected on the princess's hair. After some time, the princess got so used to the frog that she would worry if she didn't see him around. She started falling in love with him. One night, the frog said,
"Tonight's your turn to tell me a fairy tale and sing a lullaby. My mother used to sing me lullabies all the time."
The princess took the frog in her hands and started singing a lullaby in her melodious voice. A couple of tears rolled down the frog's eyes. When the princess saw how sad her friend was, she gave him a kiss on the cheek. Suddenly, the frog turned into a handsome young man. The prince got up and told the princess who he really was and what had happened to him.
"A wicked witch turned me into a frog. The only way to break the curse was if a beautiful girl kissed me. Thanks to you, the curse has been broken. Princess, will you marry me?"
The princess was still in shock, trying to understand what had just happened. She then realized that he was the prince who had gifted her the golden ball in her dream.
I can't believe it. Of course I will. Let's go tell my father.
They immediately went to the king and told him what happened. The king was also shocked, but he was also very happy that his beautiful daughter was going to marry the prince of her dreams. The princess and the prince lived happily ever after. Once upon a time, there lived an elderly wife and husband in an old house. The couple had no children and they both felt extremely lonely.
I clean the house, I tidy up, and I make food, and you tend to the trees and flowers in the garden. But once we finish our work and night falls, wouldn't it also be great to have someone else to talk to? Instead, we go to sleep right after we eat. I feel so lonely.
You're so right, my dear. It's as if time stands still. We must find something else to distract us. What do you say?
Yes, my love, we must think of something.
You haven't made cookies in a long time. I've actually been craving them for weeks.
Good idea. Yes, today I'm going to bake a very different type of cookie.
Different? Ha ha! How so? I'm curious. When you finish, we can sit together in the garden, drink tea, and eat the cookies.
The old woman went to the kitchen. She put on the counter the flour, sugar, and oil that she needed to bake the cookies. She added a little ginger from the ginger jar that she kept on the kitchen shelf. Then, after she kneaded all the ingredients together, she began making the cookies.
Ginger is very good for you. It heals people. Let me add some.
She made small balls of dough and placed them on the tray. Finally, she made a large cookie in the shape of a man, placed it on a tray, and put the tray in the oven. While the cookies were in the oven, the wife thought,
When this gingerbread man is baked, I will show it to my husband and surprise him. Then, while we drink our tea, we can place him on an empty chair and chat with him.
She put on her oven mitts and took out the gingerbread man from the oven. Happily, she looked at her masterpiece.
Oh, it's beautiful, but it doesn't have eyebrows, a nose, or a mouth.
She immediately made his eyes out of raisins, his nose out of a hazelnut, and mouth out of a little sweet pepper, and watched in awe.
Once I add the strawberries as the buttons for his shirt, it'll be complete. If only it could come alive.
The instant she added the buttons, her wish came true. The gingerbread man jumped up into the middle of the tray.
Oh, it's so hot in here. I'm going out to the garden.
The old woman was staring in shock.
Oh God, you've heard our prayers. You sent us a wonderful grandson as sweet as a cookie.
She ran straight after him into the garden. But the gingerbread man had no intention of stopping. He kept running around in the garden, laughing out loud.
The gingerbread man is alive. He's going to be our grandson. Don't let him escape. Catch him.
Her husband, who was also in shock, started chasing the cookie as well. Of course, two elderly people couldn't run that fast. The gingerbread man had run quite far ahead, and the old woman couldn't get her voice through to him.
Don't run away, little gingerbread man! We aren't going to eat you. You're going to be our grandson.
As the gingerbread man passed a farm, a cow saw him.
What a delicious smell! I want to eat you. I'm tired of hay. I'll catch you now.
There's no way you can catch me no matter how hard you try. You keep eating your hay, you fat cow.
You rude man. You just wait and see.
The angry cow ran faster and chased after the cookie. The elderly couple and the cow were trying to keep up with the cookie. Passers-by stared in awe and watched them all run, trying to figure out what is going on. What a scene it was! Meanwhile, a pig that was up ahead noticed the group running. Then the gingerbread man shouted out to the pig as he passed him by.
Hey, you fat pig! You eat everything. Wouldn't you like to eat me too? I'm very sweet. See if you can catch me.
The pig that heard this insult got very angry and started chasing the gingerbread man.
Is that how it is? Come here, you mischievous cookie.
The old couple and the cow couldn't catch me. You think you're gonna catch me? You can't, because I'm made of ginger. I'm full of energy.
At this point, the gingerbread man was really having fun. He kept looking back at them and burst out laughing to make them angrier. He saw a lazy chicken sitting on top of a fence.
Hello, I'm Gingerbread Man.
Hi. You must be very sweet because there's a crowd chasing you.
You too, Mrs. Chicken?
Yes, I wonder what you taste like.
As if we needed you too. First learn how to fly, and maybe you'll catch me. You're just a non-flying bird. You can't catch me because I'm made of ginger. I'm full of energy.
Gingerbread Man kept on running and came across a grazing sheep.
Hey you! Grass hat cotton bag. Catch me!
Come here, you rude cookie. If I catch you, I'm going to eat you in a gulp.
Instead of saying bye-bye, catch me and eat me. Don't say bye-bye, catch me and eat me. Don't say bye-bye, catch me and eat me.
The gingerbread man made it all the way to the end of the road, meaning to the bank of a river. He knew that he couldn't go in the water or else he would melt. While he was thinking of a plan, a fox appeared out of nowhere. The crafty fox was planning to trick him so he could eat him.
I can take you across. Come on, get on my back.
Oh.
Don't be scared. Hurry!
Oh! Ah!
The gingerbread man trusted the fox and jumped on his back. The fox started swimming in the river. Meanwhile, the group that was chasing the gingerbread man reached the bank of the river and watched in awe at the scene. There was a boat tied nearby. The old couple untied the boat and started to row to chase the fox down the river. The old woman knew what the fox was planning to do, so they got as close as possible.
My God, please protect my small gingerbread man.
The fox started his cunning plan.
My dear friend, my back is hurting, so I'm going to sink a little bit more into the water. Come on top of my head so that you don't drown.
The gingerbread man jumped on top of his head, and they continued down the river. The old couple shouted,
Be careful! Hold tight!
Be
This
careful!
fox wants to eat you, don't be scared!
Hold
Come
tight!
to us!
Don't be scared, come to us!
The fox realized that his plan had been ruined, so he shook his head and the gingerbread man flew in the air. The fox opened his mouth as he waited for the cookie to fall in his mouth. But the gingerbread man was quick to act and jumped into the boat. But still, he was afraid of the elderly couple.
Don't be scared, gingerbread man. We would never eat you. You are our grandson now. You will be a companion to us.
We now have a grandson with whom we can chat with every night. We won't get bored at all, right, my dear?
Oh, really? Even after I made you chase after me and I said all those rude things to others?
Of course, everyone can make mistakes. The important thing is to accept your mistakes and never repeat them.
Okay, I promise that from now I'll be a very polite gingerbread child. First, I'm going to apologize from all the animals that I insulted.
You will be good.
They returned home. The gingerbread man was now safe. Together, they lived happily ever after.